It's Girl Boss Lena.
And Bond Girl Jessica.
And I'm Boss Babe Keela. And you know what that means. It's Wind Down
Wind down
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes. And so let's kick us off.
Shake it, baby.
A little shake.
Shake it, baby. Shake it, baby.
Shaking, not stirred.
Yeah. I love me some James Bond. I really do.
Oh my God. And
I
did you
love
see
James
that
Bond
they got
movies.
my boy? I think they're getting my boy to do it from what's his name? Henry
What
Cable.
about what about happened to Idris Elba doing it?
Girl, I will take either one of them on any given Sunday. Okay.
Need to
Anyway,
watch the James Bond movie. I've never seen any of them.
I'm gonna pretend
Clutch
like
the
you didn't say that.
pearls.
Okay, you know what? Goodbye, Jessica. You've been banished. What? Bond,
Clutch the
James Bond.
pearls.
Listen,
What?
we could do a whole episode on how you haven't
What?
seen James Bond.
I haven't watched a
Oh
lot
my
of movies.
gosh.
It's a lot of movies I'm behind on. I don't know what happened. I
You've
just
been working. That's
No,
what
James
happened.
Bond is the ish.
Okay,
That's the thing. Yeah.
but I would love
He
to
is one
see.
cool cat boy.
Let me tell you something. I would love to see Henry Cavill. I want to see Idris Elba.
Who is
They need
Henry
somebody
Cable?
fine. They need somebody
what?
fine up in there.
Who's Henry
Is
Cable?
he
I don't
white?
So Henry Cavill was the one that played Superman. He's their newest
Oh
Superman.
yeah.
And he also played in The Witcher. He also did
Oh,
gosh,
the guy with the chin.
yes.
Yes, I know him by The Witcher. I know that. Okay. Yes.
Him. I'll watch him too. All right. So my
Lenny know you
question,
cheating on him.
who?
I said
Lenny.
Lenny know you cheating on him.
So okay, so I have this discussion with my husband. I have types for every race.
Okay.
I do. I have my Asian types. I have my black guy types. I have my white guy types. I have my Indian guy types. I have a type for
You
every
are
race.
hilarious.
What? Mm. And Henry Cavill fits into my white guy type. Okay.
Girl.
He's fine. I've been watching him since the Count of Monte Cristo. Yep. You're welcome.
Wow. I'm
That
gonna
would be
try to have
good.
hair this episode because this Jada Pinkett look on
Daddy,
me is
Daddy
like, look at
Warbucks is
this.
back. Lena Warbucks. That's what we got. Oh my
What
God, let
the
me ask a
heck?
question. We will be all here all day not asking no questions, just goofing off.
Wait a minute, we're
All
talking
right.
about the whole
Maybe you need to
episode.
wear a wig. Wear a bright colored wig.
Girl, I had that yellow thing on my head last week, and it still didn't even
Okay,
show
so
up.
when I tried to wear something like that on my head, like one of them little cute bows, why my husband tell me his little janky self that I look like a 6 month old? He's so just not nice. I said, babe, really? He's like, I mean, you do. You know how they be wearing them little bows on their head.
Oh,
Stand him.
Jordan, be nice.
You know
Be
Tom
nice.
Petty. You know Tom Petty. Come on now.
Be
He gonna say
nice.
what he gonna say. Well, it's true. And if I ask him about it right now, he well, it's true. Okay, so he gonna stand behind it 10 toes down. All right. So the question of the day is, ladies, is it okay to unfriend someone on social media over political views?
Hell yes. I cussed my cousin out, my
Oh no.
blood cousin, and call him pretty much everything but a child of God because of his political views.
Really?
No. Yes. Okay. So, first time around, when all of the memes were going around about Trump, girl, I got a whole folder full on my Facebook. And then I got a whole folder full of Bernie memes with the mittens.
Oh
Don't
my
play.
God.
I got a whole folder full of them, right? And so, my cousin on my mom's side, so he is actually Portuguese and Italian.
Mm.
So when his cousin came, or when his brother came down here to see us, my husband was like, who is this Jersey Shore dude in our driveway outside? I mean, we don't really match, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Yeah.
blood cousin, right? So he and his wife at the time were not able to have children. So they
Oh.
adopted a little biracial baby. So they got a little light-skinned girl that looks like me. Why would you vote for that orange Cheeto? Right? And I was like, dude, you're voting for somebody who would not spit on your child if she was on fire. And
I am
I was
cracking
like,
up.
dude, you have a duty. You're raising a Black woman. You're raising a Black woman. I don't care if you live in Connecticut. I don't care if y'all are both white, you and your wife. You are raising a Black woman. Think about the message that you're sending. Think about all of this stuff. And you know what his response was to me? My retirement is better under him. And I was like, you're a dick. You're a dick because you're choosing your money retirement over your child. Like, so I
Well,
unfriended him for a couple of
all y'all
years.
finna be mad at me. I don't vote. I don't vote. I don't get involved in politics. So there are things that I see on people's timelines when it's going through, and I start getting irritated because I'm like, I don't want to see all this. I mean, I get that everybody has their opinions and their viewpoints and things like that. And sometimes I'm just like, I just shut it off. I mean, I won't unfriend someone or end my relationship with them based on that. But sometimes I get tired of seeing it because I don't know. There's so much. It's everywhere right now. And I don't remember growing up and it being so like hot politically, you know? Like, yeah, we had peace in the Middle East, right?
Well,
That was our thing, peace in the Middle
but
East.
he's rolling back rights of this new whatever it is, agenda 2025 or whatever this thing is. Do you know that he's literally putting in there that if you're married, Keela, if you're married, then Jordan gets to vote and you don't get to. Now, that I know you don't vote, so it doesn't really matter to you. I understand that, but to take away a woman's right to vote just because she's married to a dude, what the
There's
hell?
so
It's like
many
taking away
things.
your right to work just because you're married. So now your husband should support you. That you can't, that
There's
is rolling back.
so there's so many things going on that it's absolutely insane. And the plight of this of the
Yeah,
world and how everybody's feeling, it's
it's
I
it's
know that
unreal.
our kids don't think anything about it. Like our son is like, everything's fine. It's fine. This is, it's not bad. And we're like, dude, this is so bad. You have no idea how bad it is right now. And to them, it feels like it's normal. Like this is normal. And I'm like, I've never seen so
It's
much
so
debate
dysfunctional.
and
Yeah,
hatred and just
yeah.
dysfunction in my entire life.
Correct.
Until now. I'm
Correct.
like, growing up,
Correct.
we didn't, I'm like, when did kids get involved in this stuff? Growing up, we went outside, we played, we were who liked
Right.
who is the biggest
Right.
topic of our time. But now you
Right.
have kids getting involved in these adult matters and having
Right.
opinions on it because of how it affects them. It's really crazy to me. It's
Right.
really crazy to me.
Well, I mean, think about I'm a veteran, right? My only income personally is my VA check.
You're right.
If he gets in there and they tamper with that,
Mm-hmm.
what am I going to live on?
I
Like,
think
and
about
so
that with the Social
these
Security
are
benefits because
these
my
are
own father's on that.
real. These are real things. One of
Absolutely.
the one of the political representatives, politicians said, "Oh, Social Security recipients won't mind if they miss a check."
Yeah,
What?
they had something like they bungle the system or something happened.
Dude, if I don't get my VA check, I don't have a mortgage. I can't have my car payments. I can't feed my family. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like all of this stuff that they think is like whatever, like it really honestly affects me. And so that's why I am invested in this because I already literally have to wait 6 months for a damn dental appointment. And I said to her, why do I why do I have to wait 6 months? Oh, well, you need to see the actual doctor. And I'm like, well, all I'm going for is to get my teeth cleaned. Yeah, but we haven't seen you in like a year. So now you have to see the doctor first, which is a 6-month wait. So she can tell you what's wrong. And then you got to wait another 6 months to actually get the appointment to get, and you're cutting my benefits? What the hell is that? Like, so that's why
Jessica,
I'm
what
upset
say
about it.
you? Jessica over here quiet
Right,
in the corner. I
Oh,
know.
right.
I was just listening to y'all, but I don't really unfollow people unless it's like super radical, like if you're being extra
Yes,
racist or just you doing
right.
too much. Because to me, I always was taught, like, even when you vote, whoever you vote for, that's your business, you know? Because if we were doing this publicly, we'd have just voted on Facebook and called it a day. So
True.
to me, I'm just like, vote, feel how you feel, go on about your life kind of thing, you know,
Well,
because at this point he's been voted and there's nothing, you know, like we can
correct.
do our parts. Because I think too, some people think about just the president. A lot of folks aren't thinking about these local elections.
Oh,
Because like
yes,
I'll
we are.
say
Well,
for
here in
here,
Georgia, we are.
yeah, because I'll
Yeah.
say for here, a lot of people are thinking things are like a federal issue and they're actually state, and that's just because they're not informed. So my big thing for a lot of people in the way I try to use my platforms is like, who, I don't care who you're voting for, just be educated. Like, know who to blame, you know? So that's always my thing.
Right.
I guess for
I'm not
me
gonna
on
take it
my
personal, it just is what it
sorry.
is.
I was
Mhm.
gonna say for me on my end of it, because I don't vote and I don't get involved in those things, the pressure that I get from others is something. Because I'm like, well, it's my personal decision if I decide not to. I mean, I'm not out complaining about whatever's going on, knowing that I didn't vote, I guess, so to speak. Yes, I'm affected by the things that is going on in government. Absolutely, just like everybody else. But I don't know. I feel like it's a personal thing.
Right. And I wouldn't, but I feel like the people that open that door on Facebook, you know what I mean? Or that open that, like we talked about, if you put your personal laundry and your personal
Mhm.
business out there, well, baby, guess what? Right. So then I turned around and I asked my cousin, all right, well, let me ask you something, cuzzo, blood cousin, first cousin, who we used to kick it with all the time. Right. So let me ask you this. If I was walking down the street and you were with your buddies, right? Your Jersey Shore buddies, would you claim me as your cousin? Crickets, crickets, crickets. That's what I got. That's why I unfriended his ass. Because you're not going to claim me?
But okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, look at the division that it's causing amongst people. Like, is that healthy?
Is what it
It's
tells me.
causing a division amongst family and everybody else,
Yeah.
in regards to that. This is like,
Because people
that's
are
crazy.
getting divorced over it, you know.
But I would
It's a
rather
lot.
know than to have the situation happen and me feel some kind of way about it, right?
Mhm.
So I would rather mitigate that. I have an uncle who did not speak to my mom for 32 years because she married my dad, who is a
Mhm.
black man.
Mhm.
My grandfather sent him and another uncle to whoop my father's behind. And
Mhm.
one of my auntie feels that he sent him to kill him,
Mhm.
right? My uncle never he finally died like this past year, this or summer. I don't have any feeling. I mean, I'm sad that he had Alzheimer's and dementia and, he declined and had pancreatic cancer. I feel bad for anybody that would go through that, but do I have a feeling about it? No. You know why? Because his ass looks like Wild Juan Valdez. He got the big old mustache, the dark curly hair. His name is Manuel Juan, which is Manuel John, right? He
Mhm.
changed it because he wanted to be Americanized. He changed his damn name to John because he wanted to be, and then married a white, blonde hair, blue eyes woman and moved to a golf course in Arkansas. You see it like he totally like
Just owned his whole everything.
totally.
But you have people like that. There are people like that, and it's absolutely sad.
You know how I found out? I went to a wedding. I was 12 years old. And I was like, who is that? And they were like, oh, that's your Uncle John. And I was like, same personality that I have now. And I go running and they snatched me back.
Like, girl,
and was like, he doesn't like Black people. I don't know what that meant. How do you tell a 12-year-old child that? And that carried, you see how emotional I am. This carries through my life.
Yeah.
This carries consistently. So to have that still in my family on the down low, people that were supposed to be really cool with me and all, I don't need you. I don't need to see you, your kids kid. I don't need to see any of that because you don't value me. You don't need to see anything that I have going on because you don't really care because you would disown me anyway and not say that I was your cousin. You see what I'm saying? So that is more my issue than anything. I live in the South, which is very divisive, as you know, Jessica. You know what I mean? And so it's very hard down here. You know what I mean? Being business wise, being a little brown girl, living down here, being a little brown girl, having a son that is a big Black guy with a big afro that, people don't see him like the baby I see him.
I feel like it's more, I don't know, and I could be wrong because I'm not from the South, but I feel like it's more in your face there.
Always.
Than it is here.
Yes.
And that here in California, it's a little sneaky.
Yes. It's there,
but it's sneaky. They're not so in your face with it because it's California. We're a melting pot.
Liberal tree hugging, everybody loves everybody state,
expensive as all get out.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But so I'm sorry that you have to endure that. I mean, I've had family members say some pretty ratchet things, and you're like, "Are you kidding me?"
Right.
There's just, it's ugly.
Right. It's a lot.
The society we live in this day and age is ugly, is what I can say. It's very ugly. And I don't know what our children are going to do in the future. I feel like their future is pretty scary based on the things that I'm seeing now.
Bleak. Well,
I mean, you have so much, everybody's trying to, this is what kills me. Everybody wants you to think this way. And then if you say, I don't think that way, right? We're supposed to be accepting of everything.
Right.
And I don't mean that in any one particular reason. I just mean everything. They want you to be accepting of everything in general. Oh, it's fine. Everything is fine. Everything's great. But the minute you say that you're not fine with something, then all of a sudden you're this type of person. You're that type of person. They're talking about you. They're dogging you out. And it's like, how does that work? If you're saying that everything is accepted, right? Then what I'm saying to you should be accepted.
Also.
Right. It should be accepted also. I'm not coming at you with daggers because you believe this or believe that, but you're coming at me because I don't believe the way you believe, right? And you're accusing me of being the very thing that you're being right now by even speaking all this nonsense to me.
Right. You're totally being a bigot.
Very
right. And I'm like, so I feel like there's a lot of different things going on that I don't agree with.
Right.
I don't agree with. I don't like. It's very uncomfortable. It's very unsettling.
I mean, if we're not even talking about any of let's not even talk about any of the money stuff. Everything is like friggin' sky high right now, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let's talk about them taking all of the famous Black politician contributors off of the freaking White House website. That's the stuff I'm talking about. This current administration is setting women, Black people, Asians, they're pulling students out of school and canceling their visas and sending people back to countries, taking people and sending them to prisons when they're taking out trash.
So here's this is something that I do want to say. I want to state. When I was helping my daughter with her her homework, and it was going back on history and things like that.
Mm.
America's always been racist.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It always has. It's never
Yeah.
wanted anybody from any other
Nope.
nation to come
Nope.
in. They've always tried to keep it a certain way. They tried to prevent Asian people from coming in. They tried to prevent anybody from coming in, unless you were coming in as a slave or whatever else.
Right.
They
Right.
were trying to keep everybody out. And with everything that's going on, I feel like that is what it's trying to revert back to, that
Back
type of
to.
mindset. Keep
Correct.
everybody out. This people over here, this people over here, this people over here. And it's just,
Compartmentalize everybody. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
But again, I'm like, this is the history of America. That's period. I mean, if you don't know your history, then I don't know what to tell you, but that
Well,
is the
they're
history
trying
of
to
America.
erase
It's
it.
always been.
They're
It's
trying
always
to
been that
erase
way.
it. So Lena's children may not know what really happened because they're trying to
Yeah.
pull that stuff out of the
Well, they do it all the
Smithsonian.
time anyway.
Mhm.
They erase stuff out of the history
And
books. I
I
mean,
think
I
that's
know,
why
but
it's
when they start
important
going after
to.
the Smithsonian and actually like taking stuff, you know what I mean? And like that's huge. That's
And
huge.
I think that's also why it's important with things like that. Like, you want to have them and we want to fight for them. So we'll say that first. But like self-reliance is something we're going to have to lean into. So if
Yes,
they're not going to teach stuff in schools, you got to teach your kids. If
kids.
they're not going
absolutely.
to, talk about it, make sure you save the information and showcase it to them.
Right,
Like some people have become really reliant and I'm like, at this point, we have to be willing to do the heavy lifting ourselves in some cases.
right.
So
But what happens when they come looking for the books that we have
you don't have
because
to
they're
have
banned
books, I don't
books?
think.
You
So
know what
here's
I'm
the
Mhm.
saying?
thing.
But you
I
see what I'm saying?
I
That's
do.
the type of
So
mentality they have,
so
though.
here's the thing.
Mhm.
And because of my daytime job, one of the things that I do is I do talk to parents about parenting.
Mhm.
That's my daytime job. And so
Right.
one of the
Your big girl
conversations
job.
that I it's my big girl job. But one of the conversations that I have with them is actually around that topic on educating our kids and talking to them about these things. A lot of time in our, especially in our culture, the history that was passed down was word of mouth, right? And so talking to our kids about those things is how they're going to be educated. Like when you were telling your story, Lena, about how you were 12 years old and you ran into that, that should have never been the case. You should have been prepared by then for that. That's a conversation that should have been
Right.
had with you. And
Right.
I feel sometimes parents will try to protect their kids from
Yes.
from those kind of things,
Yes.
but you're doing them a disservice because
Right.
then when they run into it, they don't know how to
How
handle
to
it.
handle it.
And
Process it.
so it
Right.
causes more of a problem.
Right.
Whereas if you're talking to them about these things, we even saying something like, this is not how we are in our
Our
household,
house.
but this is
Right.
how other
Right.
people are. And these are
Mhm.
things to be aware of. And this is how you handle this. Those kind of conversations definitely need to be had and letting them know the history of your people. Like I have conversations with my daughter
Right.
about those things. And maybe
Right.
she might not run into it, but in case you do,
Right. This is
this is how you handle it.
right.
You know,
Right.
this is how people think. This is how the world thinks around you, you know? So I think it relies on us as parents, as
I
caregivers,
agree.
as whoever we are to that child. We need to be the ones to educate them on
Correct.
these things.
Correct. I agree.
So you're
I agree.
absolutely right. The responsibility lies with us, Jessica.
It does. You're right. You're very, very, very true. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Um, yeah, and it just still even brings back memories. I remember going to my grandmother's house and he was there with his wife, then girlfriend, and they would literally get up from the kitchen table and leave when we came in the
And
door.
that's a sad existence. And I
It
really hate that you had to deal with that,
Yeah.
and it affected you so bad internally that you carried it with you all these years. I
yeah,
feel like
really.
that's his, to me, I'm like, that's your problem.
Oh,
But
definitely
you're
his
so
loss. It just
short-sighted
makes me
to
angry that my mom had to go through that. Just,
Mhm.
you
it's
know what I
skin,
mean? Just
people. It's
yeah,
skin. And yeah, and it's cultures. If you don't like
Yes, it
different,
is. Yeah.
that's all it is. It's
Yeah.
skin and cultures. I'm brown skinned, but when you cut me open, I bleed
We're
red. I
the
have
same,
my
right, on
lungs are
the
in the same
inside.
spot as yours. My heart's in the same spot as yours.
Right, right,
Everything. We just have different cultures. That's
right,
it.
exactly right.
And I think that one of the things I love about travel is that you get to embrace other people's cultures. You get to
Right,
see other people's cultures. That's the most beautiful thing to me. We're
right,
all different. Even every race has their own thing. And I think that that's cool. I want to learn about it. I don't
right,
want to
right,
hate on it.
right,
I think it's
exactly.
totally ignorant to hate on somebody else's culture just because it's different than yours.
Because you don't understand it.
Who wants to eat tapioca pudding every single day for the rest of their lives? Nobody.
Right,
We like variety, and that's my
correct.
point. We love
Well,
variety.
and if we think about it, right? Think about all the different people that came over here in the beginning when this country was first formed. It wasn't just, you know what I mean, like Ireland. It wasn't
Mhm.
just Spain. It wasn't just Portugal. It was like a bunch of countries. So
Mhm.
I'm like, even the founders of this country were not of one unified race. Then what is this quote unquote master American race that they're trying
I hate
to
to say it, and if you
reach?
look at the statistics,
It's telling us
non-melanated
things
people are in
are.
the minority. I just want to bring that out because y'all have canoodled and colluded so much with other races that y'all
Yeah.
didn't want no part
Yo,
of,
yo.
that y'all have made
So
yourselves the minority. I just want to
I
point that out.
so my mom looks like a total white lady.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She just and she's got little freckles, right? She doesn't even really tan well. She burns, right? She's
No,
more olivey, but she burns. Um,
sorry. You know what that
we
brought to mind?
what?
She burns. She burns. Oh, baby,
You
when
know
she
there's always a
burns, she
song in
burns.
Keela's head.
Did y'all think we was gonna have an episode where I wasn't singing? Hello,
I don't
duh.
think I don't think
We
we've
all
ever had
praying,
one.
and then next thing you know,
No.
it just popped in my head. She burns. She burns. Oh,
Um,
baby, when she burns. She burns. Sorry.
so I forgot what was it. Oh, so what I was gonna say was I recently did my ancestry, not 23 and Me. My information is safe, but I did ancestry.com. And my mom has she's Spanish and Portuguese. Okay, because Spain and Portugal are right next to
Yeah,
each other. Do you know this woman has Senegal and Mali in her?
I think we
Your
talked about
face.
that.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, and that goes back to the
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
so
know
But that's
what?
nobody
Okay, if
also,
has
you live
just
in
pure.
America today, you have no pure bloodline. You have been commingled, cahoodled, canoodled, and colluded with so many different races. It's stupid.
All of it.
but
I have on my dad's side, I have a white grandma. I have a French grandma somewhere.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So
My DNA is the Netherlands, Irish. Like, what the?
Mhm.
Okay, so we were berserkers. Okay, I didn't get the height from them. You know what I mean? But maybe I got the aggressiveness. I
But
don't
I
know.
think
I
that's
got German
another
blood. I got all kinds of stuff in
that's
my veins.
another pattern that we people have to pay attention to. Like Keela said, they're the minority. So they've been trying to keep up these narratives for so long, and now we're seeing there's stuff coming out about some of these people. Y'all been telling us they was white all this time. They were
Oh,
black, or certain
oh.
stuff y'all said didn't happen. Y'all
Want to hear
really
some tea?
did. And it's like a mass
Woo! Spill it.
hysteria
Spill
and
it.
a mass panic because now they're, we're seeing them for who they really are,
Exactly.
and they're
Oh,
not as
like the
Not
powerful
some
lady,
as they
tea.
thought.
like that NAACP lady who was white and she said she
Girl,
was
you know
black
what?
and she was wearing the braids. Like her.
Mm.
Remember her? Remember her?
Who
Oh,
could
Lord.
forget? How appalling. You know what? Anyway, I'm going to spill my tea. Y'all want to hear my tea? My sister, my very brown skinned sister,
Uh-oh.
has relation to Walt Disney because
That
somebody
part.
was canoodling and
With the
cafoodling.
with the maid.
There was. There was.
She showed me the history line on her ancestry, and I said, "I'll be darned."
Hey, she better
And she
get
pointed,
that.
I forget who the fool's
Come
name
on,
was, but she
grandpa, great
pointed out who he
grandpa.
was too.
Work
She
it
was like,
over.
oh, it was this one right here because he was doing this and doing this and doing that. And I wish I could remember all of it, but I was just still stumped at the fact that she's related to Walt Disney. She's my half sister, so it's on her
Oh,
father's side. But yeah, her daddy, you know, he black man. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, Walt Disney up in there. I was like, come send you some money. Where your check?
Walt Disney was up in there for real.
Okay. Disney was in there for
All
real. He was in
the way up in
oh,
there.
he was in the studio stewing.
He was
All the way up in there. I said somebody like brown sugar somewhere in that line. Okay. Okay. And the tea has been told.
two
Pinky's up.
snaps and a swirl. Now, do you remember that Men on Film?
Oh, I love Men on Film.
Do you remember that?
You didn't watch In Living Color? I know she didn't watch In Living
I've
Color.
seen clips.
Yeah.
I've seen clips.
Well, at least she's
If
seen
you
the
guys, and I'm probably dating this episode, but if you guys haven't seen that Shay interview with Damon Wayans and how that all came about, you definitely need to see. I mean, granted, the doc that I don't know, I want to call it a documentary because that's basically what it is. But his little podcast, it was like 2.5 hours. But I mean, but it was really good. It was kind of like I didn't know that much about the Wayans other than like, you know, their movies and In Living Color and different things like that, and My Wife and Kids, and you know, they're a funny family.
Right. They got a lot of children. There's
yeah,
a lot of
they
them.
do. They do.
A lot of them.
But I feel like that was it was a really good interview. It kept me. I watched the whole thing. That's to tell you something.
Yeah.
Because sometimes my attention span is about as long as a gnat's eyelash. Short.
Right.
But for me to be watching for the full 2.5 hours, gripping. So it definitely was something to watch. If you want to hear about how that even came about, I thought that was very cool. A great time for Black television.
So you know what? We should put that in the link or in the description. Put the link in the description for people if they want to
watch it.
Yeah, to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. And make sure you edit this part out. Or we're telling you to put it in. Drop the link in the chat.
I mean, whatever. Y'all, we putting it in the description for you.
But yeah, no, it was really good. Even people in the comments were like, "This is the most adult interview
you've seen from most serious," right?
Yes, and then the crew in the back, they were laughing so hard. Damon is hilarious. He's really hilarious. He's really funny. He talked about a lot of stuff. Like I didn't know that Robin Williams was known for stealing people's jokes. Did y'all know that?
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Really?
Clip. Yes, he was known for stealing people's jokes. And so when he would show up at the comedy club, comics wouldn't want to go on because they were like, Robin's in the audience. I don't want him stealing my jokes. And they said his manager was paying everybody off. Here you go, here you go, here you go.
Oh, wow.
But I think it was because like what he was saying is, you know, sometimes you hear stuff and it gets and it sticks with you and you don't even realize that you're stealing other people's stuff, but you are. And so they were like, he just absorbed everything. So a lot of times, you know, and I was reading something else that said he felt Robin felt some regret about that, but he would pay them for their jokes, you know. So at least he did that instead of just like
ignoring, like, no, I didn't.
It
wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that interview was really cool. So definitely drop the link in the chat.
What were you talking about? Oh, political views. I was like, I had to think about it. Yeah. I don't.
Are we unfollowing people due to their political
Yes.
views?
I mean, if it affects me directly, then yes. If it affects me directly, then yes.
I think if somebody is saying something, I don't know, racist maybe or something. Here's the thing. Social media is social media. I barely pay attention to the things that go on there. Like I like to watch, you know, funny clips, something that's informative or whatever, like, you know.
Right.
But if my friends are, I'm being honest, sometimes I don't see their stuff.
Right. I mean, if you don't see it, that's fine. But if it comes up on my thing, I'm like,
or I'm quick to scroll away too. I'm not one of those people who feel like I need to comment on somebody's post if I
everything.
don't
Oh
like
yeah.
something that they posted. I'm just like, and I just scroll. I'm like, oh, they're on their mood, blah
Right.
blah blah. I did have this one. She was an ex coworker of mine. She was on this tangent, and it was about like during COVID, everybody, all right, da, 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 like she was protesting and doing all this stuff. And to me, after a while, it just got annoying to see because I'm
Well,
like,
you
you
can mute her.
are filling up
Just mute
my
her.
my
Yeah.
feed with
Right.
all this garbage. And so, yeah, that
Right.
maybe because I think it wasn't the message that she was trying to send, but it was just annoying after a while. I was like, okay, I don't want to see this anymore.
Right. Right.
Type of deal. But that's,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
I think I just what I don't it's not unfriending. It's just kind of like, what do they have it on there? Like you don't see their
You
posts
can mute it
anymore. Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah. Cause I'm like unfriending to me, that's like you're not my friend anymore because blah blah and then yeah, blah.
I mean, well, my cousin's always going to be my cousin. I can't
No, I
change
don't
that.
mean I'm
And I'm
not
gonna
talking
see
about
his
you in
mama, and I'm gonna
particular.
see my uncle, and you
Yeah.
know what I mean. I'm gonna see his brother and
You
his
can't
sister.
unfriend family. That's just I mean, you can unfriend them on Facebook, but family, you can't unfamily them.
Right. That's why I'm just like, but I don't have
But
to see foolishness.
but I'm saying for people that are just like, you know, your friend, whatever. I mean, you're
Right.
gonna have differing views, but if I don't want to see your stuff, I'm just gonna mute it. I don't need to unfriend you. I'll just mute it. Like I don't want to see this, and maybe
Right.
until you get off your high horse or whatever you want. I don't want to see
Well, you know, we figured out I'm petty, so
it.
I guess that just goes along with it, right? I mean, you know.
The Petty Betty Boots Award. Let's say you, Jess.
What is it like this? Whatever.
Whatever. Look at she's like, where is that from? Clueless.
Oh, I hadn't seen that either.
On
I
that
don't
note,
know. I just
y'all,
wasn't watching movies. I
we're
don't
gonna have
know.
a running list.
Well, she's more of a music mayhem.
And I read books, so I'll probably read the book before I watch the movie.
I don't think they made a book
Of
about
a
Clueless.
clueless book.
Isn't there a book called Clueless? Maybe it's
I
not the
don't think
same
so. I don't think so,
premise.
friend.
Oh,
Clueless
maybe
is
they'll
just
have an
Like Jane?
audible for you. I don't
I
know.
could have sworn
rolling
there's a
with
book
the
called Clueless.
homies.
I don't know. But yeah, it's a lot of movies. I still gotta get my black card. It's a lot of black movies that I haven't seen.
I
I
don't
just
even.
watched
That's a
Juice
whole
like
nother
a few weeks
subject.
ago. I'm
There's,
behind.
I. That's a whole nother topic because mine should be revoked because I don't watch a
Mhm.
lot of black movies, and I don't cancel me, y'all, for saying that, please. But I don't watch a lot of like
Why?
hood movies,
I
all
don't
that.
know. It just depends on the
I,
movie.
Yeah. Now I
I,
do like a good Ratchet Tubi film. I do enjoy those, even if
where
it's
the
the
guy
bad
fall
quality.
down,
They're just
where the guy
fun.
fall down and it's a woman in a blonde wig and a dress instead, and then when he get back up, it's the
I'm
guy.
gonna enjoy it.
Like the stunt
Yeah.
doubles are
Even
just
if they're badly produced, I'm gonna have a good time.
Tubi takes the cake, man.
They're great. Now they
The
have some
Tubi
pretty
production.
good solid ones because like I don't know. Somehow I jacked up my algorithm because like my sister gets all the disaster movies. My mama gets the documentaries, but then I'm like, I'm on the south side of Tubi because I got like drug dealers and strippers and
Not the
nerd
on the
south
other
side
side
of
survivors.
of the
Tubi.
tracks.
I went to
Speaking
jail.
of
Like that's
algorithms,
what I get.
speaking of algorithms, I don't know what's going on with Instagram's algorithm. I've been getting all kinds of crazy stuff in my algorithm. I'm like, I never even watched anything or mentioned anything about this. Why is it in my algorithm?
I swear that it reads my mind. I was like, Helena, you need some new colored Skechers to match your dresses. And then all of a sudden, all these different colored Skechers that I always buy started coming across my. I'm like, what? Get out of my head.
So when I asked ChatGPT about that, it is predictive text based on everything that you've looked at previously, or it's kind of like a little storage that they have
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Helena's mind and how it works.
Because like my
It's
It
so
is
Facebook
very
crazy to me.
scary.
reels, I kept getting videos about like childbirth. I ain't thinking about that.
We
It was
definitely
like
know that
it was
Jessica
like we're going to
somebody's
the
childbirth.
thing to do my sonogram. Here's what
There's
you do
something you
after
not
birth,
telling us, sis.
natural birth. It's something
Were you
I don't
talking
know.
next to your phone? Maybe somebody was talking next to your phone and picked up some childbirth talk. Where have you left your
Man.
phone recently?
It's usually always with me. My niece calls me her third mom. Does that
So
count?
here's
I don't
so here's the
know.
other thing. It connects to your friends and family too.
Well, I don't
So
know
it'll
what they
connect.
doing, but
It
I
connects to
know.
your friends and family, and it like I don't know. Ask Chat GPT. I'm telling you, it's funny. Say, how does your what did I put in the prompt? I put, does my phone act as a hot mic? Am I being, when it comes to this? And it said yes and no. Like it's triggered to pick up certain buzzwords, but
right.
sometimes it's been known to mishear
Eavesdrop.
words.
Eavesdrop.
Yeah. So sometimes it's been known to mishear words and, still kind of
Oh.
record some of the things in the background or whatever. So check it. I mean, look into it. It's a cool little, I had a whole conversation with Chad about this. My chatty Cathy. I
Keela
call
and
it my
her
$20 a
AI.
month assistant. Girl.
She's her AI. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yes.
See,
I
that
love
made me
my
think.
AI.
Y'all talking about me not watching movies. You know how I watch some of the movies before I watch them?
Hmm.
There's a YouTuber called Prim's Hood Cinema, and that's how I watch all the 90s
Wait, what's that one video game you were talking? Pap something.
Parappa the Rapper.
Somebody brought that up at work the other day.
Oh
See, it's a
I'm
real
trying to
thing.
remember for the life of me who said it, who taught about it. And then you just said, I was like, it was Jessica who was talking about Parappa the Rapper. So guess what? Now my coworkers at work are overhearing our conversations too, because they showed up in my work algorithm.
Must be. Must be. It was a great game. It
God. Oh
really
my
was.
word.
My work algorithm, because ain't nobody talked about Parappa the Rapper. I
Don't
ain't
say
never
it
heard that
like
name.
don't say it too loud. My Alexa gonna hear it. Don't say it too loud.
You want to say it 3 times and it
I
pops up
don't
in the
want that
background.
stuff. No, no, no.
Edit that in. Parappa the Rapper, Parappa the Rapper, Parappa the Rapper. And it shows up right behind you.
Yeah, it was a fun game. I never won, but it was fun.
You don't
Yeah,
have
they
no
were
rap
talking about, oh,
skills.
I used to play this game. I was
Mm-mm.
like,
It was like one of those. I don't know. It was a lot to it, but it was fun. I'll just say
Mm,
that
Lord have mercy.
you had to follow
Hilarious.
instructions.
mm.
I ain't never
Like
heard of it
one,
until
because
you
one
mentioned
part you
it.
had to learn karate, and then I think at the very end you had to do your rap, but it was like to do it right, you had to press the buttons. So it was like,
Oh, to
and you had to do them in the right sequence and stuff. Yeah.
your rap game wasn't on point, girl.
No, because I don't like to follow instructions. I just want to do what I want to do. So I would get impatient, and I'm like, I'm tired of this.
Spoken like a true business owner.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's why the majority of us are business owners. I want to do what I want
yeah. We don't
to
want to
do.
follow the
I don't want to
rules.
follow your rules.
Right. What my
Mhm.
own thing, my own thing, my
Right.
own thing, my own
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun though.
thing.
Anyways,
Mm.
well, I'm going to wrap up this episode and we
Mm.
shall see y'all next week. Same time, same bat channel. Thank you for watching us, lovely ladies, each week.
Don't
We
cancel
appreciate
us
everybody.
with
Yeah,
all
don't cancel
mine.
us. Yeah, don't unfollow us because of our political views or that or lack thereof. Don't be trying to unfriend us.
If you're petty, hey, I'm gonna come find you.
And on that note, maybe she will. All right, y'all. Take care. Bye. So silly.